Bring her in.
Bring her in. The voice was cold, not angry, just firm, like someone used to giving orders. Zara froze at the glass entrance of the biggest office tower she had ever seen in Lagos. The floor shone like a mirror. The air smelled like expensive perfume and strong air conditioning. Everyone inside looked clean, confident, and important. And then there was her, a broke student in faded jeans, cheap slippers, and a small backpack that had started peeling at the corners. Two security men blocked her way. One of them held her wrist, not hard enough to hurt, but tight enough to say, "You are not leaving."
Madam, what is your business here?
One guard asked. Zara swallowed. Her throat was dry. I was told to come, she said, holding out a plain paper envelope. Her hand shook. The guard looked at the envelope like it was a joke. "Who told you to come here?" Before Zara could answer, a sleek black car rolled up outside. People stepped aside quickly, like the car itself carried power. The back door opened, and the last person Zara expected to see stepped out. It was the beggar. The same old man she had fed with her last meal 2 days ago, but now he wasn't in dirty clothes. Now he wore a neat dark suit. His hair was trimmed. His shoes looked like they cost more than Zara's whole school fees. He walked with calm confidence, like the whole building belonged to him. Zara's heart almost stopped. The guards quickly bowed their heads.
Good afternoon, sir. Zara, I need you to come upstairs with me. Now.
Zara's legs turned weak, and because whatever this was, whatever secret she had walked into, she could already feel it. Her small kindness had opened a door, and she had no idea what was waiting behind it. Then the elevator doors opened with a quiet ding, and Zara stepped inside. 2 days earlier, Zara Okafor sat on the edge of her narrow bed in her small off-campus room near Yaba. The ceiling fan above her made a tired sound, like it was also struggling to survive. Her room was simple: one mattress, one small plastic table, one chair, and a kettle that only worked when NEPA decided to be kind. On the table was her whole wealth, a pile of coins. Zara poured them out carefully and started counting, her lips moving silently. 10,
10,
20,
20, 30.
30.
That's all. This
She
is all.
lined the
If
coins
I
in
buy
small
bread, no
groups.
transport. If
Her
I
eyes
save
were
transport,
sharp,
no
but her
food.
face looked tired. When she finished, she stared at the coins like they were enemies. It wasn't much, not enough for proper food, not enough for transport every day, not enough for the textbooks her lecturer kept shouting about, and definitely not enough for life. Zara sighed and leaned back against the wall. She was in her second year at a Lagos university, studying mass communication. She had big dreams, TV studio dreams, microphone dreams, I will speak and people will listen dreams. But right now, her reality was instant noodles and water. She touched her stomach. It wasn't pain exactly, more like an empty warning. Her phone buzzed. A message popped up. "Mum, Zara, how are you? Have you eaten?" Zara stared at it. She didn't reply quickly, because what would she say? "No, Mum, I have not eaten. I am counting coins like I'm counting my life." Instead, she typed, "Zara, I'm fine. I ate, don't worry." It was a lie. But it was a lie she told to protect her mother's heart. Zara's father had died years ago. Her mum sold small provisions in their town. She tried her best, but the money was never enough. Zara knew her mum would borrow if she heard Zara was suffering, and Zara didn't want her mum to go into debt because of her. So Zara did what she always did. She endured. That afternoon, Zara decided to walk to a small supermarket to buy the cheapest thing she could afford. Outside, Lagos was loud. Bus conductors shouted, motorcycles zoomed past. People hustled like their lives depended on it, because for many, it did. Zara walked slowly, holding her coins tightly inside her pocket, counting them again in her head. If I buy bread, there will be no noodles. If I buy noodles, there will be no transport tomorrow. If I save everything, I will just drink water and sleep. Her mind was a battlefield. Then she saw him. He sat near the roadside, close to a corner where people always stopped to buy roasted corn and groundnuts. His back leaned against a cracked wall. His clothes were worn and dusty. His hands looked rough. His feet were bare. He was shivering. Not like someone acting, like someone truly cold. Zara slowed down.
You
Her
look
eyes
cold.
moved to his
Here.
face. He looked
God
old
bless
but not
you.
weak.
And
His
take
eyes were
this.
tired, deep tired, like someone who had seen too much pain. A plastic cup sat in front of him with a few dirty coins inside. People walked past him like he was invisible. Some even moved away like he carried a bad smell. Zara's first instinct was to look away too, because she had her own problems. Because she was also broke, because she was also fighting to survive. But then the wind blew, and she saw his shoulders shake again, not just from cold, from hunger. Zara stopped walking. She stood there for a moment, like her feet refused to move. Then she whispered, almost angry at herself, "Zara, keep going." But her heart did not obey. She walked closer. The old man looked up at her. Their eyes met, and something about his eyes made Zara uncomfortable, not because they were scary, but because they were too aware, too focused, like he was studying her. Zara cleared her throat. "Sir, are you okay?" The man didn't answer immediately. He looked at her like he didn't trust kindness anymore. Then he said softly, "I'm fine." But his voice didn't match the lie. Zara looked around. People were staring a little, like they were wondering why a young girl was talking to a roadside beggar. She hated attention, but she hated the idea of walking away more. Zara opened her small nylon bag and brought out what she had bought
I was
earlier
saving
that
this for
morning.
tonight, but you
One
needed
small
more.
pack of noodles. She had
God
been
bless
saving
you,
it for
child.
night. That noodles was her plan, her safety net. Her "at least I won't sleep hungry" hope. She stared at it for a second, battling herself. Then she handed it to him. "Please take," she said. The man's eyes widened slightly. He stared at the noodles as if it was gold. Then he looked at Zara again. "Why?" Zara shrugged, forcing a small smile. "Because you look like you need it." The man's lips pressed together. His eyes looked shiny for a moment, like he was holding something back. He didn't grab the noodles quickly like a desperate person. Instead, he took it slowly, like someone who wasn't used to receiving. "Thank you," he said, his voice low. Zara nodded. "You're welcome." She was about to walk away when the man spoke again. "What is your name?" Zara hesitated. In Lagos, you didn't always give your name to strangers, but something about him felt different. "Zara," she said. He nodded slowly. "Zara." Then he asked, "You're a student?" Zara blinked. "How do you know?" He glanced at her backpack, then at her tired eyes. "I can tell." Zara laughed softly, but it didn't sound happy. "Yes, I'm a student." The man looked down. "And you still gave me your food." Zara tried to act like it wasn't a big deal, but her stomach growled at that exact moment. Her face heated up. The man heard it. He looked at her and the sadness in his eyes deepened. "Yeah, you haven't eaten," he said. Zara quickly shook her head. "No, I'm okay." The man's gaze didn't move. "You're lying." Zara felt exposed, like he could see right through her. She crossed her arms. "Sir, it's fine. I can manage." He was quiet for a moment, then he asked gently, "Why are you suffering like this?" Zara's throat tightened. Because there was no simple answer. Because life was hard. Because school was expensive. Because dreams didn't care if you had money or not. They still kept pulling you. Zara forced her voice to stay light. "It's just school. Things will get better." The man watched her carefully. Then he said something that shocked her. "Sit." Zara frowned. "What?" "Sit down," he said again, pointing to the empty space beside him. "Just for a minute." Zara looked around. People were watching again. She shook her head. "No, sir, I have to go." The man didn't beg her. He just said quietly, "Please." Zara didn't know why, but she sat. Her slippers touched the dusty ground. She felt awkward, like she was breaking an invisible rule. "Don't get too close to people like this." The man opened the noodles and tried to hand it back. "Take half," he said. Zara's eyes widened. "No, I gave it to you." "And I'm giving some back," he replied calmly. Zara stared at him. This was not what she expected. Most people would take and never look back. But this man was returning kindness. Zara slowly accepted the noodles and ate a small part. The man ate too. They ate in silence for a moment. Then he asked, "What do you want to become, Zara?" Zara blinked at the question. It sounded too serious for a roadside corner. "I want to be a broadcaster," she said quietly. "A big one. Like someone people listen to." The man nodded, like he approved. "And what is stopping you?" Zara almost laughed. "Money." The man's eyes stayed on her face. "Just money?" Zara looked away. "Money and fear. And sometimes, I wonder if my dream is too big for someone like me." The man said nothing for a long moment. Then he said, "A dream is not too big, but people can be too small." Zara looked back at him. "What does that mean?" The man didn't answer directly. He only said, "Zara, the world will test your heart. Don't let it change you into something ugly." Zara felt chills, because he spoke like someone who had been hurt by the world. She swallowed. "Sir, what happened to you?" The man's jaw tightened slightly. For the first time, his calm face cracked. Pain flashed in his eyes, quick but real. Then he said, "I lost someone." Zara's heart softened. "I'm sorry." He nodded once. That loss made me want to disappear. Zara didn't push. She just sat with him. Then she stood up slowly. I have to go, she said. The man looked up at her. Thank you for seeing me. Zara frowned. Seeing you? He nodded. Most people don't. Zara didn't know what to say, so she just gave a small wave. Take care, sir. As she turned to leave, the man called her again. Zara. She turned back. He said, if you meet someone in pain tomorrow, don't ignore them. Zara blinked. Okay. Then she walked away, her stomach still half empty, but her heart strangely full. She thought that was the end. She thought she would never see him again. But that night, as Zara lay on her bed, her phone buzzed. A new message. Unknown number. Unknown. Zara
How did this
Okafor,
person get my full
tomorrow
name?
morning, 9 a.m.
Who is this?
Come to Silvercrest Towers, Victoria Island. Ask for the 26th floor. Do not be late. Zara shot up from her bed. Her heart pounded. How did this person get my full name? Who is this? And why Victoria Island? Then another message came immediately. Unknown. This is about the man you fed. Zara's breathing slowed, but only a little. Her mind raced. Was it a scam? Was she in trouble? Did she do something wrong by talking to that man? She called the number. It did not go through. She tried again. Nothing. Zara sat there in the dark, staring at her screen, sweat forming on her forehead. Outside, Lagos noise continued like normal, but Zara's small room suddenly felt too quiet. Because now, her simple act of kindness had turned into something else. Something bigger, and she could feel it. Tomorrow would change everything. The elevator doors slid shut with a soft thud. Zara felt it in her chest, like something heavy had locked her inside. The space was quiet, and too quiet, the kind of quiet that makes your ears ring. The floor numbers lit up one by one as the elevator climbed higher.
Sir.
5, 8, 12. Zara stood stiffly, her hands clasped in front of her like a child about to be scolded. She kept stealing glances at the man beside her. The beggar. No, the man who used to be a beggar. Now he stood tall in a clean dark suit. His shoulders were straight, his face was calm but not cold. He didn't look angry. He looked serious, like someone about to open a door that could never be closed again. Zara cleared her
You
throat.
can call me Mr.
Sir,
Adewale.
he turned slightly to look at her. You can
I
call me
know.
Mr.
Good morning,
I, Adewale. Zara nodded quickly. Okay, sir, Mr. Adewale. Her voice sounded smaller than she wanted. They rode in silence for a few seconds. Then Zara burst out, I didn't steal anything. I didn't do anything wrong. I swear. Mr. Adewale's lips twitched, almost like he wanted to smile, but he didn't. I know, he said. Zara blinked. You... No? Yes, he replied calmly. If you had done something wrong, we would not be standing in this elevator together. That didn't fully calm her nerves. Then why am I here? Zara asked. Mr. Adewale didn't answer immediately. The elevator slowed slightly as it passed the 20th floor. He finally said, because 2 days ago, when you had almost nothing, you gave anyway. Zara swallowed. I just shared food. He shook his head. You shared dignity. Zara didn't know what that meant, but it sounded heavy. The elevator stopped. 26th floor. The doors opened. Zara's eyes widened. The floor looked like something from a movie. White walls, soft lighting, thick carpets that swallowed sound, large glass windows that showed the city of Lagos spread out below like a painting. Men and women in neat clothes walked around with tablets and files. Everyone looked busy. Important. As soon as they saw Mr. Adewale, they
I
straightened.
know.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Chairman. Chairman. Zara's heart skipped. Chairman, she looked at Mr. Adewale again. Her brain struggled to connect the two images, the man shivering by the roadside and this powerful figure everyone respected. He walked forward. Zara followed, her legs moving on their own. They passed through a glass door into a large office. Zara stopped breathing for a second. The office was huge, a long desk made of dark wood, shelves filled with books and awards, a soft leather chair that looked like it could swallow a person whole, and behind it all, a full glass wall that showed Lagos Island shining under the sun. Mr. Adewale gestured gently. She sat. Her backpack rested on her lap like a shield. Mr. Adewale sat across from her, folding his hands calmly. Now that she was closer, Zara noticed small things. His eyes were kind but tired. Not poor tired, not hungry tired, but deep tired. The kind that comes from loss. He studied her for a moment. You look scared, he said. Zara nodded honestly. Yes, sir. That is fair, he replied, but you are safe here. She hesitated.
Sit, Zara. You look scared.
Yes, sir.
That is
Sir, are you really the same man from the roadside?
yes.
Why?
Because after I buried my only son, I did not trust the world anymore.
Zara's chest tightened. My son was 22, he continued, a university student, bright, kind, always smiling. Zara's fingers curled into her backpack strap. He was killed during a robbery, Mr. Adewale said. Wrong place, wrong time. Zara felt tears sting her eyes. I blamed myself, he went on. I blamed money, power. I blamed the world for becoming too cold. He looked back at her. So I wanted to know if kindness still existed. Zara whispered, so you pretended to be a beggar? Yes, he said simply. I wanted to see how people treated someone who had nothing to offer them. Zara remembered the looks people gave him, the way they walked past. Her stomach twisted. Most people looked away, Mr. Adewale said. Some insulted me, some threw coins like they were throwing dirt. Zara's face burned. But you, he said, his eyes steady on her, stopped. Zara shook her head slowly. I almost didn't. But you did, he replied. Silence filled the room. Zara finally asked the question pressing on her chest. Why me? She asked. There are many kind people in Lagos. Mr. Adewale smiled faintly. Kindness is not common when it costs something. Zara looked down. It cost you, he continued. You were hungry, you were broke, yet you shared. Zara whispered, I didn't think about it like that. That is why it mattered, he said. Mr. Adewale opened a drawer and brought out a thin file. He placed it on the table between them. Zara stared at it like it might explode. What is that? She asked. An opportunity, he replied. Zara's heart began to race. He opened the file and slid it toward her. Inside were papers, forms, logos, names. Zara read slowly. Adewale Foundation, Educational Support Program. Her eyes widened. This foundation supports students, Mr. Adewale said. Smart students, hard-working students, students with integrity. Zara looked up, confused. Sir, are you saying... I want to sponsor your education, he said calmly. Zara's breath left her body. The room spun. Sponsor my education? She repeated. Yes. Zara shook her head quickly. Sir, no, you don't know me. Mr. Adewale nodded. That is why I am careful. He leaned forward. This is not charity, he said firmly. This is a test. Zara stiffened. A test? Yes, he replied. I want to support you, but I will not force you, and I will not buy your silence or loyalty. Zara frowned. I don't understand. Mr. Adewale looked directly into her eyes. Money changes people, he said. I need to know that helping you will not destroy who you are. Zara's hands trembled. I just want to go to school, she said softly. I don't want trouble. Mr. Adewale nodded slowly. Then listen carefully. He pushed the file closer. This support comes with conditions. Zara's heart dropped. Of course it does. What conditions? She asked. You will continue your studies, he said. You will work part-time with the foundation when needed, and you will tell no one, about who I am to you. Zara's mouth opened. Not even my family? Not yet, he said. Oh, this is important. Zara stared at the papers. Her mind raced. This could solve everything. School fees, food, transport, books. But it felt heavy. What if I say no? Zara asked quietly. Mr. Adewale didn't look offended. Then you walk out of this office, he said, and nothing changes. Zara swallowed hard. She thought about her room, the coins, the noodles, her mum's tired voice. She thought about her dream. Then she looked at Mr. Adewale. Why are you doing this for me? She asked again. His voice dropped. Because you reminded me of my son. Zara's eyes filled with tears. That is why this is dangerous, he continued. I must be sure I am helping you, not using you to heal myself. Zara wiped her face quickly. I don't want pity, she said. Mr. Adewale nodded. Good. He stood up. Take the file home, he said. Read it. Think about it. Tomorrow come back with an answer. Zara stood too, her legs weak. She held the file like it was fragile glass. Sir, she hesitated. Thank you. Mr. Adewale gave a small nod. Thank you, Zara. A staff member escorted her back to the elevator. As the doors closed, Zara leaned against the wall, breathing hard. Her phone buzzed, a message from her mum. Mum, Zara, I just heard from your aunt. She said someone came to our shop asking questions about you. Is everything okay? Zara's heart slammed against her chest. Someone asking about me. Before she could reply, another message popped up, from an unknown number. Unknown. Do not trust him too quickly. Some gifts come with chains. Zara's hands shook. The elevator doors opened at the ground floor. But Zara felt like she was stepping into something darker than before. because now she wasn't just a broke student anymore, she was a target, and she didn't know who was watching her or why. Zara did not go straight home. She couldn't. Her legs carried her past bus stops, past noisy food sellers, past places she usually noticed, but today everything looked blurred. Her mind was louder than Lagos traffic. The file pressed against her chest inside her backpack, like it had weight, like it was alive, a scholarship, a foundation, a powerful man who used to be a beggar, and now, a warning, some gifts come with chains. Zara stopped walking. She stood near a pedestrian bridge, her chest rising and falling fast. She pulled out her phone and reread the message. Unknown number, no name, no picture. Her fingers hovered over the screen. "Who are you?" she typed. The message showed delivered. No reply. Zara locked her phone and slipped it back into her bag. Her mum's message still sat there too, unanswered. "Someone came to our shop asking questions about you." Zara's stomach twisted. Who would be asking about her? She was just a student. No car, no rich friends, no enemies. At least she thought so. She took a bus back to her area and walked slowly to her off-campus room. The sky was already turning orange. Evening came fast in Lagos. Inside her room, Zara locked the door and dropped onto her bed. Silence. Then her stomach growled again. She laughed softly, almost bitterly. Even destiny cannot stop hunger. She boiled water and ate plain noodles, no egg, no seasoning, saving the flavor pack for another day. While eating, she opened the file Mr. Adewale had given her. She read slowly. The foundation was real, very real. There were newspaper clippings, photos, awards, programs for students across Nigeria, stories of young people whose lives had changed. But something else caught her attention. At the back of the file was a thin page with her name printed neatly. Zara Okafor, probationary beneficiary probationary. Her chest tightened, so she wasn't chosen yet. She was being watched. Zara closed the file. That night she barely slept. Every sound made her sit up. Footsteps outside, a car horn, someone laughing far away. Her phone buzzed once around 2 a.m. She grabbed it fast. Another unknown message. Unknown. If you accept his help, be careful what you give in return. Zara's hands trembled. She typed back quickly. Zara, who are you? Why are you messaging me? This time, the reply came almost immediately. Unknown. Someone who knows Mr. Adewale better than you do. Zara swallowed. Zara. Is he dangerous? 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Then the message came. Unknown. Not to people he loves. But you don't know which one you are yet. Zara dropped the phone on the bed. Her heart pounded so loud she thought it might wake the neighbors. She lay there staring at the ceiling until sleep finally dragged her under. The next morning, Zara woke up late. Her phone alarm had rung, but she turned it off without realizing it. When she checked the time, her heart skipped. She was late for class. She rushed out, throwing on a simple top and jeans, grabbing her bag. The file stayed inside. She couldn't leave it behind. On campus, students moved in groups, laughing, complaining, living their normal lives. Zara felt like she was walking through a different world. During her lecture, she couldn't focus. The lecturer's voice sounded far away. All Zara could think about was one question. Should I go back to that office? After class, her friend Kemi rushed up to her. Zara, where have you been? You look like you saw a ghost. Zara forced a smile. I didn't sleep well. Kemi studied her face. You're hiding something. Zara laughed weakly. I wish. Kemi leaned closer. Are you broke again? Because I can borrow you small money. Zara's chest tightened. That was the thing. She wasn't sure she was broke anymore, or rich, or something in between. I'll be fine, Zara said. Kemi nodded, but her eyes stayed curious. As Zara turned to leave, a young man bumped into her. Sorry, he said quickly. Their eyes met. Zara froze. She had seen him before. Yesterday, outside Silvercrest Towers, he had been standing near the gate, pretending to be on his phone. He was there again. Her heart raced. Do I know you? Zara asked. The man smiled lightly. No. But his eyes were sharp, measuring. He walked away without another word. Zara stood there, cold fear spreading through her chest. I'm being watched. That evening, Zara sat on her bed again, staring at the file. Tomorrow was the day Mr. Adewale told her to return with an answer. She thought about her mum, her dreams, her hunger. She thought about the warnings. She closed her eyes. I can't live like this forever, she whispered. She picked up her phone and typed a message to Mr. Adewale's office contact. Zara, I will come tomorrow. Almost immediately, a reply came. Office, noted, 9 a.m. sharp. Zara lay back on the bed, staring at the ceiling. God, she whispered, if this is a blessing, let it not destroy me. The next morning, Zara arrived early. Too early, the guards already recognized her. She's expected, one said quickly. Expected. The word sent chills down her spine. She rode the elevator alone this time. When the doors opened on the 26th floor, Mr. Adewale stood waiting, like he had been watching the numbers descend. You came, he said. Yes, sir, Zara replied. He studied her face. You look troubled. Zara hesitated, then she decided to be honest. Someone has been sending me messages, she said, warning me about you. Mr. Adewale's face changed. Not anger, not shock, recognition. Anna, I wondered how long it would take, he said quietly. Zara's heart dropped. You know who it is? Mr. Adewale nodded slowly. Zara, he said, his voice serious, before you give me your answer, there is something you must know. He gestured toward his office. Come inside. Zara followed him, her heart pounding. As soon as the door closed behind them, Mr. Adewale said, The man sending you those messages is my younger brother. Zara's breath caught. My brother, he continued, believes you are a mistake. Zara whispered, A mistake? Yes, Mr. Adewale said, and he will do everything he can to prove it. Zara felt the ground shift under her feet, because now this was no longer just about kindness. It was about power, family, and a choice that could put her right in the middle of a quiet war. The room went silent. Not the calm kind of silence, the dangerous kind, the kind that feels like glass stretching before it breaks. Zara stood frozen between the two men, Mr. Adewale, calm, controlled, watching closely, and the man who had just stormed in, his brother, breathing hard, eyes sharp with anger. This is her, the brother repeated, his voice loud and sharp. This small girl? Zara felt heat rush to her face. She wanted to disappear. Mr. Adewale's voice was steady. Tunde, you will lower your voice. Tunde scoffed. Lower my voice? You bring a stranger into this building, into your office, into your plans, and you want me to lower my voice? He turned fully to Zara now. His eyes scanned her from head to toe, slow and judging. So this is the beggar savior, he said, the poor student with a big heart.
So this is the beggar
Zara
savior,
swallowed
the
hard.
poor student with the big
I
heart.
didn't ask
I
for
didn't
this,
ask for
she
this.
said
That's what they all
quietly.
say. I'm making a mistake.
Tunde laughed. Not happy, not amused. That's what they all say. Mr. Adewale stepped forward slightly. Enough. Tunde snapped his head back toward his brother. You're making a mistake. Mr. Adewale's jaw tightened. That is my decision. Tunde shook his head. You are letting guilt choose for you. Zara flinched at the word guilt. Mr. Adewale's eyes darkened. Careful. You lost your son, Tunde said bluntly, and now you're trying to replace him. The words landed like a slap. Zara gasped softly. Mr. Adewale closed his eyes for 1 second, just one. When he opened them, his voice was quiet, but heavy. Leave, he said. Tunde stared at him in disbelief. You're choosing her over me. I'm choosing peace, Mr. Adewale replied. And you will not disrespect it in my office. Tunde laughed again, shaking his head. Fine. He turned back to Zara. You think this is luck? He asked her. You think kindness opened a door? Zara forced herself to meet his eyes. I didn't know who he was. Tunde smiled thinly. That's the problem. He stepped closer. People like us don't give gifts without reasons. Zara's heart raced. Mr. Adewale's voice cut in. Tunde, that's enough. Tunde raised his hands slowly. I warned you. Then he walked out, slamming the door behind him. The sound echoed. Zara stood there, shaking. I'm sorry, she whispered. Mr. Adewale turned to her. His face looked older now, heavier. You did nothing wrong, he said. Zara hesitated. Your brother hates me. He doesn't hate you, Mr. Adewale replied. He fears what you represent. Zara frowned. What do I represent? Mr. Adewale looked at her carefully. Change. Zara didn't feel powerful. She felt small and scared. Mr. Adewale sighed and sat down. Sit. Zara sat slowly. You need to understand something, he said. My brother manages part of my business empire. He believes control keeps people safe. Zara listened closely. I believe character does, Mr. Adewale continued. That difference has always been between us. Zara thought of the messages, the watching eyes, the man on campus. So, he's been watching me, she said. Yes, Mr. Adewale admitted. To see if you would fail. Zara's chest tightened. Fail how? He didn't answer right away. Instead, he asked, Tell me the truth, Zara. Why did you really help me that day? Zara blinked. I told you, she said. Or I felt sorry for you. Mr. Adewale shook his head gently. That's not the whole truth. Zara's hands clenched. She looked down. My father died, she said quietly, when I was younger. Mr. Adewale stiffened. He was kind, Zara continued, always helping people, even when we didn't have much. Her voice shook. After he died, life became hard. She looked up, tears in her eyes. When I saw you by the roadside, I saw him, she whispered. Not your face, your loneliness. The room was quiet again. Mr. Adewale leaned back slowly, his eyes shining. That, he said softly, is why I chose you. Zara wiped her face quickly. But your brother won't stop. Mr. Adewale nodded. No, he won't. He stood up. That is why I must ask you something difficult. Zara's heart pounded. What? If you accept my support, he said. You will be tested, Zara swallowed. People will question you, watch you, try to break you, he continued, not because you did wrong, but because you don't belong in their world. Zara whispered, I already don't belong. Mr. Adewale smiled sadly. You will. Zara thought of her mum, her dreams, her fear. She took a deep breath. I will accept, she said, but I won't lose myself. Mr. Adewale studied her for a long moment. Then he nodded. Good. He reached into a drawer and pulled out a small card. This gives you access to the foundation office, he said. Starting tomorrow, you will work with our outreach team once a week. Zara took it carefully. And one more thing, he added. Yes, sir? My brother will try to scare you away, Mr. Adewale said calmly. If he succeeds, the support ends. Zara's stomach dropped. But if you stand firm, he continued, doors will open that even I cannot close. Zara nodded slowly. I understand. That night Zara returned to her room exhausted. Her phone buzzed. Another message. Unknown, Tunde. Last chance. Walk away now. Zara stared at the screen. Her fingers trembled, but this time she typed back. Zara. I won't. The reply came instantly. Tunde, then don't say you weren't warned. Zara locked her phone. She lay back on her bed, heart racing. Outside, thunder rumbled faintly in the distance. A storm was coming, not just in the sky. Zara felt the world tilt. Academic misconduct? She repeated slowly, like the words were in a foreign language. Yes, the woman beside the man said, folding her arms. Come with us. Students nearby slowed down. Whispers started. Heads turned. Zara's heart beat so hard it hurt. I didn't do anything, she said, her voice shaking but clear. You can explain inside, the man replied. They led her across campus, past lecture halls, past people who knew her face, but not her story. Zara could feel eyes on her back. This is how rumors start, she thought. Inside the small administrative office, the air felt heavy. The woman dropped a file on the desk. Someone submitted a report, she said. It says you paid to get exam questions in advance. Zara's mouth fell open. That's a lie, she said quickly. I've never done that. The man flipped open the file. There are screenshots, messages. Zara leaned forward, her hands trembling. The screenshots looked real, too real. Her name, a phone number, messages talking about money and questions. Zara shook her head wildly. That's not me, I swear. The woman sighed. Students always say that. Zara felt tears burn her eyes, but she refused to cry. Check the number, she said. Please, that's not my number. The man paused. He looked closely. The number was similar, but one digit was different. His brows pulled together. He muttered. The woman leaned in, too. This could be fake, the man said slowly. Zara's knees almost gave way. But, the woman added, until we confirm, you're suspended from classes. The word suspended hit Zara harder than a slap. For how long? Zara asked softly. 2 weeks, the man replied. Maybe more. Zara nodded slowly. Can I go? She asked. Yes, the woman said, but don't leave town. Zara stood up and walked out, her legs numb. Outside, she leaned against a wall and took deep breaths. This was Tunde, she was sure of it. Zara didn't wait. She dialed Mr. Adewale's number with shaking fingers. He picked up on the second ring. Zara, he said calmly. They suspended me, she said, her voice breaking despite her effort. Someone accused me of cheating. There was a pause. I know, Mr. Adewale said. Her heart skipped. You know? Yes, he replied. My brother called me 10 minutes ago. Zara closed her eyes. He said this would happen, she whispered. Mr. Adewale's voice was firm. Listen to me carefully. This is a test. Zara swallowed. What do I do? Nothing, he said, for now. Zara opened her eyes. Nothing? Yes, he replied. If you fight too fast, they will say you're guilty. Zara clenched her fist. But people will talk. They always do, he said gently. Truth survives noise. Zara took a deep breath. I trust you. There was a short silence. I won't fail you, Mr. Adewale said. Go home. Rest. The news spread fast. By evening, Zara's phone was buzzing non-stop. Some messages were kind, some were curious, some were cruel. Unknown student. I didn't know you were like this. Sorry, hope it's not true. Wow, so money has entered. Zara turned her phone off. She sat on her bed staring at the wall. For the first time since meeting Mr. Adewale, doubt crept in. Was this too much? Should I have walked away? Her stomach growled again. She laughed softly, tears rolling down her cheeks. Even trouble doesn't stop hunger, she whispered. That evening, a knock came on her door. Zara froze. Another knock. Zara, a male voice called. It's me, Kemi. Zara rushed to open the door. Kemi stepped in, her face tight with worry. I heard, Kemi said quietly. Zara nodded. Kemi hugged her suddenly. I don't believe it. Zara's tears finally fell. They are trying to ruin me, she cried. Kemi pulled back. Who? Zara hesitated. She remembered Mr. Adewale's rule. Tell no one. I can't say, Zara whispered. Kemi frowned. Are you in trouble with dangerous people? Zara looked at her friend's worried eyes. I'll be okay, she said. I promise. Kemi wasn't convinced. Just be careful, she said, and if you need me, I'm here. After Kemi left, Zara locked the door and sank onto her bed. Her phone buzzed again. This time, she didn't ignore it. A new message. Tunde. I told you to walk away. Next time, it won't be school. Zara's chest tightened. She typed back slowly, choosing her words. Zara, you're doing this because you're afraid. The reply came almost instantly. Tunde, I'm doing this because you don't belong. Zara stared at the screen. Then she typed the bravest thing she had ever written. Zara, maybe that's why I'm here. She turned her phone off. The next day, Mr. Adewale sat in his office, silent. Across from him sat Tunde. You crossed a line, Mr. Adewale said calmly. Tunde smiled. I exposed a risk. She is innocent, Mr. Adewale replied. Tunde leaned back. Then prove it. Mr. Adewale's eyes hardened. If you hurt her again— What? Tunde interrupted. You'll choose a stranger over blood? Mr. Adewale stood up slowly. I already chose, he said, the moment you tried to destroy a young girl for your pride. Tunde laughed coldly. This isn't over. If you this story to continue, comment and share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stories.